Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV here in the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah, where Commander Swift has our next beast tribe. Yours is a welcome face, Lieutenant Klingor. I have a task for which one of your impeccable record would be well suited. Or perhaps campaign would be a more fitting description, given the sheer commitment this mission demands. As you are well aware, the inhabitants of Thanalan have long suffered the hostilities of the Amal'ja. The lizardmen have been quiet for a time, chastened by your victory over the primal Ifrit. But once again the beastmen stir. There has been a resurgence in kidnapping, and in greater numbers than before. Matters have gone so far out of hand that the local garrisons have petitioned us for reinforcements. That's why I wish you to lead an extended action against the Amal'ja and put a stop to these raids. Report to Commander Giselbert, head of security in Little Alamigo, and he will brief you on the details of your duty. Commander Giselbert. Commander Swift said he'd assigned someone to assist with our growing beastman problem. Glad to see the urgency of our situation is being taken serious. And now, I'm sure the commander explained the Amal'ja activity in the region has grown frenzied. Seemed like the beastmen are determined to carry off every peddler and traveler that tries to pass through southern Thanalan. And I'm not speaking of furtive nighttime raids here. The bastards are striking in full daylight, even against escorted merchant caravans. We've heard reports of raids as far south as the Zagoli Desert, so it's not a simple matter of increasing patrols on the road into Little Alamigo. We must mount a decisive response, and soon. The next time the Amal'ja appear, I want you ready to send them howling back into the desert. Not long before you arrived, in fact, our scouts reported a merchant resting in plain view of one of the trade routes. Make haste to the location I have marked on your map and see that the fool isn't taken by a raiding party. Careful, merchant. What is it, adventurer? I'm not setting shop up here. I simply stopped to give a bird a bit of a Amal'ja raid, as you say. Kidnapping merchants? I don't suppose you'd consider waiting around until I got my chocobos back in the traces, would you? No, I don't mind. But you should start moving. No, he's falling asleep instead. And there are the Amal'ja. Being struck down by arrows. Overconfident fools! You think your raids here go unnoticed? What treachery is this? You have a Brotherhood of Ash? We are, but we number but few. We shall be your death this day. Traitorous heathen, your victory will come at a price. attacking when the enemy's back is turned? Your ancestors would turn in their graves. A soldier's life is one of peril. The first rule of war is to understand the mind of your enemy, as well as your own. Your presence is noted here, adventurer, but this is our battle. You need not become involved. I'm Amal'ja, and I lead the Brotherhood of Ash. We are what remain now that the all-consuming flames have reduced the rest of my people to unthinking zealots. You interest me, child of Eorzea. Be it fortune or fate, I would not ignore the forces that sought to bring us together. I extend to you an invitation to join us at the Ring of Ash. Cavalry charge of hers was pretty cool, but unfortunately the game doesn't allow a player to fight on a mount unless very specific events. Thank you for not abandoning me to those savages. Is it not unusual for Amal'ja to fight amongst themselves? I suppose even the beastmen must have their squabbles. Well, let's look into this Brotherhood of Ash. Right here. Before you take this quest, they are already here and you can try to talk to them, but they basically just say, piss off. Welcome to the Ring of Ash, adventurer. This place serves as home for our humble gathering of soldiers. My brothers and I ever seek to own our martial prowess and honor the blood of our ancestors. We keep to the old ways of a desert nomad and the warrior. To those who are worthy, we show the proper respect regardless of origin. Your aura, it carries a reek of brimstone. Could you be one of the champions said to have laid low the Lord of Inferno? Then I would have you understand the curse that has befallen our fanatic brethren. They have forgotten the code that governs our people, the glory that comes with a warrior's death. They spirit away the weak and the feeble and offer them up in exchange for the barbed blessings of a hoary god. Day after day, I witness the shameful acts of my kin. The honor of the Amal'ja is a faded, paltry thing, no longer driven by the righteous fortunes of battle. It is these kidnappings that most stoke the flames of my fury, while the victims often bear no arms at all. What triumph can be found in such cowardly attacks? We are hunters, my brothers and I, and the fallen Amal'ja who huddle in Zanrak, our prey. If you share my outrage, then I bid you join us in our kin war. No, I will not accept this pretender. You claim to be one of the heroes of Ifrit? I've cut down 12 men who boasted that feat. More likely you slew a guttering fire sprite and convinced yourself it was a king of the 7 hells. I did not ask for your counsel, Lunga. I, and I alone, make this decision for the Brotherhood. Then you better not stray into the path of my arrows, adventurer. We have too many enemies for me to waste ammunition on puffed up heroes like you. Forgive this interruption. I shall vouch for the authenticity of your claim. Only one who has faced and defeated Ifrit could have a scent that you do. Past glories, however, will not impress my soldiers. Prove yourself through your actions, and you might find your reception here improved. Our foes are the Amal'ja of Zanrak. We shall break the fangs that feast on the helpless. Our target is clear, and our resolve unshakable. And I would go along. We, the Amal'ja, the once simple nomads who roamed the vast plains of Pagalthan. If any sought to impede our path, we relished the challenge to our skill at arms. For as long as our people have existed, it has been the tradition for aging warriors to make the pilgrimage to the holy land of Zanrak, and there confront the specter of death. It's an honor to cast one's time-tempered soul into the sacred flames and return one's body to ash. But these craven whelps of Zaharak quaver before death's inevitability. They seek not to fortify their spirit, instead groveling before a deity for the strength they do not deserve. I have not the words to express my disgust for the manner of this groveling, this subjugation of a meek by contemptuous weaklings. The path to true greatness lies only in conquering those greater than oneself, and in the doing, attaining mastery over one's own failings. War leader, there's trouble. The Flamefangs have scented fresh prey. We must sound the call to arms. It seems you shall have your chance to prove your talents, adventurer. Show the Brotherhood your unbending steel. Lungar? You wish, war leader? This warrior is known by the name Lungar, though her form may be Mikote. Her soul harbors a raging blaze to match that of any Amal'ja soldier. We of the Brotherhood know only the struggle for martial perfection. Tribe, clan, gender, these details matter not. Lungar, you will accompany our newest ally into battle. What? Why choose me for this task? Surely there are others more fitting? Some hatchling in training, perhaps? Enough. I grow wary of your insolence. Shall I have my blade answer your mewling? No, war leader. It shall be as you command. Now we shall see you for the charlatan you are. Meet me at this spot on your map. I pray your screams are short-lived. Where have you been? I've already felt the forward scout. See the markings? You must certainly face Flamefangs. Take up your position and keep your weapon handy. The West will soon be upon us. Oh God, save me! Save me! Let's stand guard then. You made short work of those raiders. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you have my thanks. Oh man. I've heard the Amal'ja were snatching folk from the trade routes again, but I thought it was just my rivals trying to scare me out of business. After all, the roads have been safe enough until now. I'll have to hire a guard or two for the next time I pass through here. Damn beastmen. Sellsword wages do so eat into a man's profits. Yes, and being tempered probably does more so. I expected you to die here. Come now, we return to the Ring of Ash. You're no hatchling in battle, that much is obvious. But do not think me so easily impressed. There's yet the question of your resolve. The Brotherhood of Ash is a conclave of elite warriors. Under the command of Amal'ja, we wage a war of attrition against the zealots of Zan'raq. Those fallen Amal'ja build altars and pitch camps wherever they please, convincing themselves they're the masters of the Holy Land. It must feel brave indeed to challenge none but the weak and undefended. Recall the raiders you but recently faced? They were members of the Flame Fangs, a faction among the Zan'raq Amal'ja that, more than any other, delights in kidnappings. Naturally, they also draw the most ire of the Brotherhood. It's our mission to see their ambition ground into dust and their leaders slain. Indeed, it is the duty of all who would call themselves true Amal'ja warriors. And now a warning. Do not seek to meddle too deeply in our affairs. This war is not some distraction to be dabbled in by outsiders such as you. You think my words unconvincing? You think that I too am no Amal'ja? To the seven hells with what you think. Go make a report to Amal'ja before he has to find himself a new pet adventurer. Honored ally, news of your battle has spread throughout the camp. By all accounts, you fought with uncanny ability. None may now doubt that yours was the hand that slew a raging god. If our cause rings true in your heart, then I would further welcome your aid. Will you unleash your fury alongside the soldiers of our Brotherhood? I will. Let the zealots fear our coming. Well said. Yours is a true warrior's heart. Though we differ in many ways, the foe we would topple is the same. Let us vow death to the Flame Fangs. Theirs is a fire that cannot be suffered to burn. You have achieved neutral reputation with the Brotherhood of Ash. And we begin with quest from Fibub Gar. And we now can use the vendor. You bet your ash. Blitzing the beacons. Be they 10,000 strong, the mewling webs of Zan'raq could not stand before us without the invigorating strength of their deity's flames. They carefully capture the Lord of Inferno's searing exhalations and harness them for their unholy rites. The god-touched fires are then ensconced within towering altars, which radiate Ifrit's blessing upon all within reach. These flaming beacons must be destroyed. The Brotherhood of Ash will take from our vile kin every symbol of their undeserved strength. We entrust this task to you, honored ally, but be forewarned. The sentinels that guard these beacons stand closest to the source of their power and will prove to be the most fierce adversaries. Destroy flaming beacons. 0 out of 2. Tell me, honored ally, have you seen the ominous beacons the zealots of Zan'raq light across the land? These unnatural flames are talismans of foul sorcery that amplify the blessings of the Lord of Inferno. These symbols of servitude, groveling weakness, cannot be allowed to taint the sacred domain of Zan'raq a moment longer. If you truly wish to stand with us against our honorless kin, then I would ask your aid in extinguishing the beacons. Take with you this ash. It has been ritually prepared to fully smother the noxious fires of our foe. Be warned, however, that the beacons will not be unguarded. Our weakling brethren will be loath to surrender even a sliver of their undeserved might. And losing one's tempered. Honored ally, the Brotherhood of Ash has toiled to create a new weapon to use against our enemies. Bone ash imbued with spiritual energy by the sacred chants of our mystics. It is our hope that the purifying properties of the ash will serve to cleanse the temple of Ifrit's malign influence. This remedy has, however, yet to be tested. It is with bitter fortune, then, that we learned of a raid to the south. It seems that the hunting party from Forgotten Springs was ambushed by a superior force and dragged before the Lord of Inferno for tampering. I ask that you locate these unfortunate Mikote and sprinkle upon each a pinch of his ash. Be sure to pacify the rangers sufficiently first, otherwise our unwilling subjects will simply shake off the ash before it has time to take effect. Somehow I doubt that will be so easy. Okay, then. These are the beacons we have to sprinkle with the smothering ash. Come, don't be annoying. I believe sometimes a guardian may show up. Piece off of a tempered. Beat them up until they break down. Use the sacred ash on them. Ah! It burns! Unfortunately, it doesn't work, because that would be too easy. If tempering could be just cured. Right here. Flaming beacon right in front of my nose. What's this strange sorcery? Okay, I do the rest of the quests off screen, I believe, and we see each other back in the camp. Okay, the beacons are destroyed. A worthy display of courage, honored ally. May our enemies know that even their precious beacons will be not safe from our wrath. But lust for power is not so easily dampened. Until our war is won, I fear we will need to break these infernal altars again and again. The land itself breathes easier in the absence of those foul flames. You continue to show yourself a worthy ally of the Brotherhood. Our despicable kin, however, will not long countenance the loss of their magnified blessings. All too soon, new beacons will be lit, and we shall be glad for your aid once more. And the ashes failed. So, it seems the sacred ashes failed to have the desired effect. Our mystics will be most disappointed. But the Brotherhood of Ash does not buckle at the slightest sign of hardship. We shall learn from this failure and redouble our efforts to concoct a cure. You may yet be the first to reclaim a tempered mind from the abyss of madness. Okay. That shall be it for today, until I've gathered more reputation with the Amal'ja. Anyway, until next episode, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I am Ace, and don't get lost.